Today I am in Brixen, South Tyrol, Italy, at the headquarters, at the beautiful offices of Durst Group. I'm here with Helmuth Munter, the segment manager of the labels and flexible packaging division in the company. Thanks, Helmuth, for accepting my proposal to see you again in a very special moment of your professional life.
Thanks very much for having me, Lorenzo. Glad to take the interview with you. Absolutely.
Helmuth, let's go a little bit back in your long professional and educational life. What were the most important milestones in your education, in your studies, and how did your interest in technology start?
It all really started in September 1978, so really almost 40 years back. At a stage of a teenager, I was given the chance really to start with my work life at Durst, and simultaneously with this study the professional school of photography, build knowledge in different departments over the years within the Durst company after that, and followed then by the amazing support that Durst was giving me during my export and management study at the University of Innsbruck in the mid-90s. The years after this university study, I really could work closely with highly complex and unique technology in various business segments and help share and amplify it around the world. So, to summarize, over the past 4 decades, Durst really became, I would call it an extended family, and remain the same even until today.
What brought you to printing, to become a printing guy, and what encouraged you to remain part of the printing industry for such a long time, to be an active player in this strange market?
Yeah. Actually, it was a coincidence. Since my original career plans were actually in a completely different direction in the field of music. So a completely different direction, I have to say. But then I heard about this job opportunity at Durst in the field of photography. And this completely changed my mind, so to say. And I was really very passionate already about photography, even at that early stage, at that early age, I would have to say. And then following Durst's innovation path in digital, first in the photographic field with digital printing devices for photography, and then in the year 2000 and onwards with Inkjet technology, that was really opening huge opportunities and for various industry segments, from large format printing to ceramic printing to labels and flexible packaging. And then it really became obvious for me that this is really the place and the technology I would want to work and help amplifying it throughout the globe.
Is there a particular person or a particular episode that marked your career?
Very good question, I would say. When I think about it, there are actually multiple persons that have positively influenced my career path. First, definitely were my parents, who were true role models, so to say, for me in terms of learning ability and perseverance, definitely. Secondly, the former CEO of Durst really supported me a lot over almost 2 decades. And thirdly, I would say even the current Durst CEO, Christoph Gamper, with its trust and support that he gave me to build the label and flexible packaging division at Durst over the past decade. These 3 persons, these 3 people have, of course, the most credit. Needless to say, of course, that even family has been a tremendous support and backup throughout all these years.
When and how you approached the packaging market and the label converting segment in particular?
It was really in 2008 when Durst management, based on the single pass technology that was available at that time, decided to enter the label market. And I have been appointed by Durst management at that time to build the new label division within Durst. So that was really the entry for us. So I took the challenge and I did what I had to do, visiting label converters, knocking on doors, learning the label language, which is of course a very particular one, its applications and technologies in use, learn and understand their needs and requirements. And so we built and launched the first UV inkjet label press at Label Expo 2009. That was our first go-to market in the label industry with quite a small and limited machine concept at that time. In any case, it really felt very good to work in this amazing industry.
Going back to the very early days, to your very early days in the label industry, what, if you remember, were the main obstacles, the main challenges in the conversations with these well-established companies with these label converters? And what have been the unique value of digital printing that triggered these guys and their interest in this new technology?
Well, as you can imagine, and you probably even well know, there have been a few obstacles, definitely. So UV single pass inkjet was far from being a mature printing technology at these times. We all know that. So converters were, of course, very cautious. And in regard to print quality and material flexibility, and consequently, its use even for the naturally very wide range of applications that they would want to use such a technology. However, they appreciated the higher printing speeds and the better ink performance in regard to light fastness and mechanical resistance compared to the available toner technologies, which was already much mature at that time. But also the ease of use, as well as material savings, short setup times, have been important aspects that really triggered at that time their interest in these early days.
Which was the turning point when it happened, when digital technologies started to spread within the label makers?
Well, digital in general has already had this breakthrough much earlier because of toner technology. Thomas can surely give you a better answer on that side. But for Durst, the introduction of the Dow 330 at Drupa 2012 was really a first milestone, I would call it. However, the real and decisive breakthrough was in 2017 for us, with the introduction of the Dow RSC label press featuring completely new print engine based on Samba printed technology. These new press models really offered a real key advantage over our previous models, but also over competitors in terms of printing quality, in terms of printing speeds, and of course in terms of also the color range. So I think over 150 installations globally in this short period of time speak for itself. So the machine and the concept is extremely successful in the label market. It really became I would call it game changer, almost overnight for Durst and our customers at the same time. And suddenly our clients could do many more print jobs due to the much higher printing quality and the attractive ink pricing. And thanks to the RSC printing speed, which was really outstanding, that was really benchmark at that time, print runs were increased from short, all of a sudden, to medium and longer runs that previously were done only on flexo presses. So we really grew with our customers, and our customers grew with us and our solutions.
Why, in your opinion, the label converters have have embraced digital technology more quickly and more confidently than other people in the packaging market? such as the folding carton printers, the folding carton converters.
Right.
And there are many other examples of sectors, segments that are still struggling, to adopt digital printing.
Yeah, well, I believe label converters have adopted more quickly for two main reasons. There might be more than that, but I see these two main reasons. First, because label converters had the need and the pressure from their customers to offer cost-effective short-run and on-demand printing capability. So they were forced into this. Secondly, because at that time the available technology was really more designed for the label printing applications than other packaging applications. In terms of speed, in terms of print width, we know it's all pretty much narrow web, material flexibility, and also very important, the ink compliance. But meanwhile, there are more and more product offerings becoming announced or being announced for various suppliers, from various suppliers that are specifically targeted to packaging applications, like flexible folding carton, corrugated, etc., etc. With wider print width, we all realize that, higher printing speeds, and even adapted inks that much better fulfill these market requirements as in the past. So I'm actually very convinced that we will see a strong increase in dedicated digital output devices that go far beyond what label applications is doing in the coming 3 to 4 years, maybe more, designed for packaging sectors such as flexible folding cartons and many more.
What are, in your opinion, the further opportunities to transform in a digital way the label market, which is already at a high level, and the flexible packaging in particular?
In my opinion, first of all, digital transformation is a big topic, and it goes far beyond just digital printing. We have to realize that. Installing a digital printing press is no longer really a big deal. Also, finding the right business model is not too difficult, especially not in the label industry, as this has already been proven 1,000 times or even 2,000-3,000 times meanwhile. But integrating digital effectively in a still predominantly conventional world where analog processes are the reference point, this is a different story and requires, in my opinion, a really in-depth analysis of the entire business processes to identify its key points and key pain points, and out of this then the related opportunities. So in any case, while flexible packaging converters are still just about to explore digital for their short-run requirements, many label converters have made already their digital experience and have meanwhile moved a step further by using digital printing technologies not only for short but also for medium and long run that was previously done on flexo devices.
In the very early days of digital label printing, converting, the key technologies were toner, dry toner, and Electroink, and then Inkjet came and made a big difference. Durst itself was a game changer in this field. Do you think these three technologies will coexist in the future for a long time, or Inkjet will prevail?
Well, I personally believe that both technology will coexist for quite some time, to be very honest. As both technologies have its strengths and weaknesses. And therefore, in the ideal world, they would complement each other. However, we also know and we also foresee Inkjet will continue to gain substantial market share in the years to come. So offering key advantages in productivity and also in print quality, and combined with higher uptime, which we can say today is already in the range of 95+%, and attractive ink and consumable pricing, all of this will be leading, in my opinion, to an increased application range and reduced TCOs. So print more with less costs, yeah? And thereby helping label converters to grow their business and stay competitive.
To what extent, in your opinion, this further transformation, this further digital transformation will be driven by the well-established label converters, originally analog companies, or by the new digital native shops?
Well, I would say it will remain like before on the technology. It will remain even on the market side a kind of a combination. We see both. We see conventional or analog companies heavily investing into digital, although early stage sometimes. But we also see popping up native, as you call it, native companies, digital companies that start off just like mushrooms. And of course, both business model have its sexiness. However, these new companies are becoming stronger and stronger, and they really implement digital from scratch. So they have definitely an advantage there, getting to know and really implementing this technology probably much better than companies that have to convert slowly and migrate into digital from conventional.
Looking at the global market, the global business opportunity, what are the most promising areas, the most promising countries?
Well, at present, I would rank most promising markets for Durst really first Europe, to talk about regions, yeah, Europe, second North America, third Asia Pacific, Latin America, Middle East. However, this may change, of course, because we all know consumption in these emerging markets is developing rapidly. So the ranking may look very different in a couple of years from now.
Since last February, you guys, Helmuth and Thomas, you shared the leadership of this label and flexible packaging division. How much this cohabitation reached you both?
Well, Thomas and I have worked now for roughly 9 months together, while transferring all the work and the knowledge, and of course also the responsibility from my person over to Thomas. And this has really been a very intense, but also at the same time a very positive experience. And I'm really very glad that we could appoint Thomas as the new leading and driving force for our very fast-growing label and flexible packaging division within Durst. He is really a true industry expert, and with many years of experience executing his work with great passion, I have to say. Yeah? And this makes me very happy. So to make a long story short, Thomas is the right person for this job position, and I wish him really all the very best. Good luck and lots of success.
What do you believe, what are, in your opinion, are the unique traits that allowed in the last decades and will allow Durst to make a big difference in the printing and the packaging industry?
Well, very good question, but there are multiple answers. I'll keep it short. Durst is truly a very special company, I have to say. That's why I have been working here for 43 years. And our roots are the mountains of South Tyrol. So Durst can be really characterized as a company with strong values, with focus on innovation, and a very strong commitment towards its clients, but also towards its employees. To be a Dursteler, as we say, is something very special. And it is this special feeling and attitude we try really to get across to our today's and our future customer base.
Helmuth, you are leaving Durst and the imaging and the printing market after more than 4 decades, which is impressive. Sometimes even some business owners don't work in their company for such a long time. So the question is, will we see you again around in the market in the coming months, in the coming years?
Well, yes, you're right. My working life will end with my retirement on September 30th this year, after 43 years of service in this company. And I must say, I've been really fortunate in all of these years working for such a great company. And I would like to really express my gratitude, first of all, to all the people at headquarters here in Brixen, spanning from top management to R&D colleagues, to service people, sales and operations, and many more. It is very hard and difficult even to describe in words how proud I am about what we as a very small team have achieved together. And I'm really very convinced that even the new team led by Thomas and by Martin will continue growing this label and flexible packaging business at Durst substantially in the years to come. So with this positive outlook in mind, I feel actually quite comfortable leaving the company for retirement, knowing that what has been built over the past decade will remain and grow further. And to answer your specific question, yes, at this time, I have the plan to enjoy my upcoming new life as a retiree. However, I'll surely follow Durst's success story in the labels and package printing market from outside the company and remember these intense and exciting times.
Congratulations, Helmuth, and thank you so much for your confidence, for your trust, and for this conversation.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.